attitude.
Hello there guys, and welcome to Displaying Miscellaneous Behavior. This is a different channel where I just kind of talk about things that are going on in the news, stuff I find interesting, and a bit more laid back in a casual chat. And I want to talk to you about Woke Theft Auto. Yeah, that's kind of doing the rounds at the moment. I put it as a joke title because it's actually an encouraging sign. So Polygon, the video game website, had an interview with a bunch of the people from Rockstar who develop Grand Theft Auto, and they were saying how the culture of video games is changing and how they are changing Grand Theft Auto with it. And I'm kind of down for this, and I'm conflicted as well. First of all, there's some good news as far as just how video games are made is concerned. They're saying for a start that Grand Theft Auto 6 is at least 2 years away. Why? Because they're not crunching their staff to death. It's not a bad thing. I'm absolutely okay with that. When you hear so many stories coming out of pretty much every AAA developer, like the companies like Naughty Dog, who made Last of Us 2, and The Witcher, and Cyberpunk. Naughty Dog didn't make those. I forget the company that made those, but basically big-time games require people to sleep under their desks and work 60, 70, 80-hour weeks and just drive themselves to exhaustion. And Rockstar are like, okay, that's really bad as far as optics are concerned for our company. Don't get me wrong, I'm not an idiot. I know they're probably not making these decisions out of the goodness of their heart, because it looks bad for a company to drive their employees to the point of exhaustion. So they're going to be doing more reasonable working hours, and therefore Grand Theft Auto is going to take longer. That's fine, because a delayed game is only delayed for a short amount of time. Whereas like a bad game, if you just rush it, is going to be bad forever until they patch it, by which point people won't care anymore. See No Man's Sky. So that's when we can expect Grand Theft Auto 6. But also they're talking about the culture of the development and how that's going to impact on the game itself. And basically, they're not going to be doing some of the things they're more famous for, which is lowbrow humor that makes fun of vulnerable people, basically. And that's kind of something that is being quite a headline of like, oh, Rockstar is, apologizing to the woke liberal media. And it's like, they're really not. There was a lot of stuff that was racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, which, like, in the name of comedy, that will always be defended of like, well, look, if that's not okay, then nothing is okay. But you know what? It's sometimes just nice not to punch down, And people are saying that, oh, well, you can't take away this humor, it's not fair. But also, like, not that long ago, like literally just a few years ago, people in the WWE, like John Cena, were making homophobic jokes about people. They were saying like, ugh, gay. Like, that's an embarrassing, awful thing. And now that's kind of unacceptable because people are like, yeah, we decided that's not cool to use the word gay as a slur and an insult. And, people were like, oh, what? You mean I can't call my mates gay when he's acting gay? It's like, yeah, don't be a dick. And now the world is a better place for it. So if they're making these little changes to try and actually make Rockstar games like just not woke, but just a bit more modern, and again, just not punching down at soft targets, I'm totally fine with that. They also said that the new story is going to have a female protagonist, which is cool. That's not even like a woke thing. Like, that's just a fact. It's like, oh, so it's going to be a Latina character who has a kind of a Bonnie and Clyde sort of relationship with her partner. That sounds kind of cool. I'm down for that. And again, like having a female protagonist, I think for the first time in GTA. Stop me if I'm wrong though, because I haven't played all the games. But that's kind of cool. There are some badass female characters in video games. Lara Croft, of course, is the first one that always springs to mind, because like she is the most iconic one, especially for my generation. But yeah, I'm totally down for that. But it's the fact that we're hearing these stories coming out of Rockstar about changing environments, changing working practices, and changing views as to how they're going to present their games. I'm totally down for that. The bottom line is, it's tough. I'm not a perfect person. I'll be the first person to admit racism, sexism, homophobia, they can be really funny sometimes. Like, punching down can be hilarious. Like, bad taste jokes, I laugh at bad taste jokes. But if someone will like say, look, we're gonna take them out, I'm like, good. Because I see it the same way as eating meat. You know, I hate what goes into eating meat, but I'll still eat it because I enjoy it. But if someone came up to me and said, Dave, if we could like snap our fingers and just cancel the meat trade, it just disappears, I'd be like, okay, yeah, do it. But the fact that that's not going to happen means that I'll just keep consuming it because I'm like, it's going to happen anyway. The same sort of goes for crass, vile, punching down type humor. It's like, oh, it's here, I can't help but enjoy it. But if you are going to take it away, I'm like, good. Like, I'm fine to do that because you know what? I get pleasure and enjoyment out of more things in life. So that's okay. So that's my take on Grand Theft Auto 6, when it's going to come out and the tone it's going to have. Because honestly, also, these little cultural changes, it's not going to make a big difference. I really don't think the actual overall gameplay, the enjoyment you get in the game, I don't think it's going to change that whatsoever. Because also they were saying that just the general atmosphere of video game development like 10, 15, 20 years ago, especially in Rockstar, was Rockstar style. It was working all day, then hitting the clubs, strippers, money, booze, all that kind of thing. It was a Rockstar style, which is glamorized and fun for the time until it's not fun anymore and people's lives are getting, badly affected. So the fact that they're actually just trying to make a better, healthier, more humane working environment, I'm really down for that. And I'll enjoy the game more when I inevitably play it, because I'm sure it'll be awesome. So guys, what's your take on the new Rockstar sort of initiative, direction? Comment below, let me know. And until next time, keep displaying miscellaneous behavior.
Cup of coffee.